morning. Today we are going to be using a strategy we use in coaching, and that is intention setting for our day. Sometimes we have our long list of care tasks that we need to get done, and in that, our brain doesn't get the moments to recognize what we are accomplishing. We're kind of in autopilot mode where we're just thinking, what's next? What's next? What else do I have to do? So we are going to work on retraining our brain to recognize what we are accomplishing, and this will help us build momentum. It'll create that dopamine, and it will hopefully get us to a place where we are feeling satisfied at the end of the day because we were able to accomplish that one major intention we set out to do. So with that, if you want to do a notebook, if you want a piece of paper, I know I really prefer to have something in front of me that I can write down. But if you want to just do this in your mind, that's fine too. Or maybe you have an app in your phone and you want to write it, that's also fine. But to start, I'm going to ask us a few questions to get us thinking about what is that intention I want to set. So some things to think about is, what is something that I've been avoiding? Maybe it is something that just has kind of been weighing down on me, something that would feel really satisfying or like a relief to get off the list. Maybe it's something that's time sensitive and it is due soon, and so it would make the most sense to get it done today. So kind of thinking through, what is that task that we want to pick? And we're just picking one for now. Not to say we're not going to get other stuff done today, but the one main thing I want to focus on and the thing that's going to make me feel that sense of accomplishment, what is that intention I want to set? So thinking through those questions, I'm gonna choose my air filters. The reason I'm choosing this one is because it's just been on my list for a minute. So I think it would feel really nice to get it off my list. So if you are ready, we'll go on to the next step of how are we going to make sure we hold ourselves accountable, and how are we going to make sure we follow through with this action step of getting, for me, the air filters done, or whatever your intention is. But if you need more time, pause it, think it over, and then rejoin us when you're ready. Okay, so for those who are ready, we are going to break this into three things. So one is, when am I going to do it? What are the steps? And then how will I hold myself accountable? So the first one is when. We're trying to be very specific about when we're going to do this. So I know I'm doing it today, but when today am I going to change my air filters? I think right after this call would be a good time to get it done. Okay, so think through, how long is your task going to take? When does it fit into your day? Okay, and plan out, when does this make sense? Okay, if you're ready, the next one is thinking through the steps. The reason we do this is when our brain has a chance to visualize the task that we're going to do. It just makes it a little bit easier. It helps us avoid procrastination of the unknown, right? When a task feels like the unknown, we just naturally avoid it because it can feel a little bit overwhelming or scary or whatever the feeling is that we're feeling. So thinking through the steps can help it, so our brain already is building momentum and feeling good about it. So for me, I need to find my air filters. I need to buy my air filters. I take it back. I need to buy new air filters. So you know what? My goal is going to change. And that is okay, because this intention setting is set up to get us thinking about what is going to make the most sense for today. So today I'm going to buy my air filters. So my steps change a little bit. And in that, one of the steps is going to the store and buying it. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep going with what this will look like when I finish, but I need to go to the store. I need to grab my ladder, switch out the old ones, put the new ones in, and throw them away, the old ones. When we're doing this step, an important thing is to think about, how will you feel when you're done? So already starting to picture that satisfaction, that relief. This just helps our brain create that pathway of wanting to do it. So imagine those good feelings as you think through the steps. Okay, so we did our when, we did our steps. The next one is accountable. So how are you going to hold yourself accountable? Object permanence is a real thing. So how are you going to keep this in the forefront of your brain so you don't forget? So you know what, I have a sticky note, and I use this desk for coaching, so I don't want any sticky notes on my desk. So until I go and by those air filters, this sticky note's gonna stay here. So that's gonna help me hold myself accountable. I also might go and put an alarm in my phone. I might tell my partner to help hold me accountable. Think just through what would be some steps to help you hold yourself accountable for this so that we don't forget and we just can keep it in the front of our mind. Okay, so I'm writing down what my accountable steps are. So I'm telling my partner. I'm gonna put a reminder in my phone and I put the sticky note. Okay, so we have our when, we have our steps, we have how we're holding ourselves accountable. If you haven't already, pause and do what you need to for the accountability part. So if you need to set the alarm, if you need to go write a sticky note, if you need to go tell somebody, do what you need to so you can help hold yourself accountable while you're thinking about it, because it's going to sometimes be in one ear out the other, right? So do it while you're thinking about it now. But if you've done all those steps, the last thing I have for you is when you are done with your task today, when you finish your intention for today, I challenge you to just take 30 seconds to pause and recognize what you just did. The reason for this is, again, we're working with our brain to help build momentum and create that dopamine. And so when we get time to recognize what we're doing, we're turning our brain off of autopilot and really getting that time to celebrate, which helps build momentum, gets our brain excited about getting care tasks done, and it just makes it easier for every day moving forward. So that's it. That's all I got for you today. I appreciate you visiting and taking some time to do this with me, and I hope to see everyone again here soon. Okay, bye.